All right, guys, we are headed to go do some hurricane prep. And Asa gave me a camera, so I'm going to bring you guys along. I know a lot of you don't live in hurricane areas, so we are trying to do this to kind of help educate about what it looks like to live in a hurricane area. We are safe, we'll be safe. We have it's mainly in your preparation, so come along. Okay, first up, we have to get cash. One thing you want to make sure you have cash, because if the power goes out, the machines won't work. So, I think I waited too long. There's no gas at any of these pumps. So we gotta go find another place. Yay, we found gas. Okay. I have like meats and stuff in the freezer. We have some steak, we have chicken, but I need a few like non-perishable items just in case the power goes out. I mean, we are set up so good. If you guys know Asa, he is the most prepared human, I feel like, on the planet. We are in such good, capable hands. I know that my dad and my stepdad are so proud of the man that I chose as my husband, because I really don't fear a lot of things. Now, I will say I'm a little more anxious this time than I've ever been. I'm also like emotional. I think it's a lot of stress that people go through, whether it's a direct hit on you or not. Obviously, those people, having to evacuate and that kind of stuff is going to add more stress. But like, people are tired, The world is crazy. We're dealing with these storms. There's a lot. Nothing is in your control. So it definitely has a feeling of just no control. And so for me, that does look like stress right now. I'm trying to do the things that I can control. One thing that helps me is like having a clutter-free house. I don't know. It's just what I do. But I'm going to go in here. We're going to have some hurricane snacks. That's what you do, right? So you might indulge a little. You might get you might see people who are like, why is that what they picked? Because you're stressed. And all you can do is sit in your house and watch people's lives be destroyed by a hurricane. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. And we are not in the direct path at all. So I'm not really stressed for us. I'm stressed for our state and like all these other people that are leaving their homes and they may come back to nothing. Like, I can't imagine how that feels. So yeah, it's a heavy feeling right now. It's a heavy place, but we'll get through it. We have to stay calm. We try to keep things as normal as possible to make sure that Abby doesn't get anxious. One other thing I just thought about is I need to call the pharmacy and get some of her meds refilled. They're not like quite due yet, but if something were to happen and we lost power, like, it's a whole thing. So you have to think about those things. This grocery store, let me just turn this camera around because it's insane right now. Remind you, this is, what day is it? It's Tuesday, and it is like 11:30, and there is not a parking spot to be had here. So let's go see what we can find. I still have like paper towel, toilet paper, water, all of that from the last hurricane and from when we were prepping for the port strike. Like, it's just been crazy this month, y'all. And it's only the 8th of October or something like that, maybe the 9th. I don't even know what the date is, but anyway. That's crazy. I just came up and I was like, there's a whole empty section. This is eggs. Like, even the brown ones, the expensive ones that are $10.49 a carton. Oh, there's some quail eggs. Don't need those, but they have them. So peanut butter is always something really good to have on hand because you can make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. So we have jelly, but I got some bread. It was BOGO, so we'll add some peanut butter. You can't go wrong with chips and dip. Again, you're not going to make the best decisions all the time when you're in a stressful situation, but it's good to have options. little chip and dip situation. So I'd love to hear what you guys would get if you were going through a hurricane. Like, what would be your go-to hurricane snack? It's a thing, guys. It's a thing. So let me know. We do have iced coffee. Isaiah requested that. I also got some bratwurst, and we have burgers so we could grill out, because that's something that you can do a lot of times if you lose power. At least you have your grill, so you can grill out. It's super easy. It's outside, and that works for us a lot of times. Okay, look, they have more water. We don't need any water, but I have these already, but this is also something really good to keep on hand for hurricanes, because if you don't have a way to wash your dishes, you know, this is a great way to just have disposable items available. And then we have our paper towel and toilet paper area. Thankfully, we still have paper towel and toilet paper from the last hurricane and the port strike, so we're prepared. Get some ramen noodles, chicken flavor, another good easy option. So this is one of my favorite items. I am gonna get these because you don't have to have them refrigerated. You don't, like, this is just perfect if you need to have a lunch or anything. So I don't want to take the whole box. I will take 3 because other people need them. Another thing, and we already have all this on hand, but you want to make sure you have like medicines. So, you know, if you need Tylenol, if you have allergies, have a first aid kit. I'll have to ask Asa how many first aid kits we own, because I know it's a lot. But just have those things on hand if you need them. It's better to have the things, and this is stuff that you can kind of stock up on when it's not hurricane season, so you can get it on sale. You can have these things already prepared in case of an emergency, so you're not having to spend all the other money to evacuate and for all the other things that you have to spend money for, and on top of it, these things. These are a great snack. Asa and Isaiah both love them. See, like right here, I'm gonna pay $6.29. I know I should go with the lean, but we're trying to save some money here, peeps. Trying to save some money. I was talking to a friend today from California, and she was asking me about price gouging. Obviously that is a thing, but I can tell you, I think it's a federal offense. And if you see any companies price gouging for gas, for food, for hotel rooms, anything like that, there's a 1-800 number that you call and they shut it down immediately. So it is a thing, but it doesn't stay a thing. So you don't have to worry about price gouging. I mean, you do, but it's handled very well. I know in Florida anyway. They're just on it. I told them thank you so much for all their hard work.
You got a whole bunch of paper bags for Abby for the hurricane.
I was like, I don't know how long we're not going to have paper bags.
Yeah.
So we need to have paper bags. And I also got lunch.
Oh, good.
Mardi Gras wings.
Oh.
Karen, who's been with them since 2000, said they were amazing.
Okay. Well, thanks, Karen.
Yeah, she's the sweetest lady. I love having her as my cashier. Mandatory evacuations.
St. John's?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's close.
Yeah.
Well, that's way close. So St. Johns County is where Isaiah's work is.
It's where camp is, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's St. Augustine.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
That makes sense. I guess they don't. They just say, whole county, go.
Well, they might have certain area, like Zone A, you know?
Yeah.
Like different zones.
So one thing I did want to clarify is that if we had to leave, like, in a moment's notice, we can. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I did want to clarify that. We've not been told to evacuate. In fact, what they have told us, not us specifically, but like us people in this area, is that, you know, if you don't have to leave, don't. Those resources, the traffic on the highway, all that stuff, save that for the people that have to leave. That's what we've been told. which makes sense, you know. It's limited. There's only so many hotel rooms, only so many Airbnbs, only so much gas. They're already struggling to get the resources that they need, as is. These bags are probably loud, huh? Sorry. This has been on our TV now for like 2 days, just watching the weather. That's what Priscilla does during hurricanes. I did have a couple people get frustrated with me in the comments on Facebook about like evacuating and like why people haven't left, and getting frustrated that, you know, people in areas are leaving now. You know, one of the things I said was like, people have work that they have to go to. The kids have school that they have to go to. You know, like it doesn't just sneak up on you. You know, like, you know when it's coming. You plan to leave accordingly, that kind of thing. But then also you do have to figure, like, and I don't think people realize how big Florida is or how many people are here, because they're just like, you know, if I lived in Florida, I would go no matter what. So it's the third most populated state in the country. Third most? I think it is. There's 22 million people in Florida. There's probably not 22 million hotel rooms in the country. Like, you know, there's no flights, there's no rental cars, there's no nothing. And a lot of people simply can't go.
They can't afford it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're talking $200 to $300 a night for a hotel room if you can get one for a week, you know? The food, the gas, everything. People can't afford that. But it's just not even, I mean, 22 million people. Think about that. So, if you have to leave, you leave. If you don't have to leave, you don't leave. It's just how it's done. Run from water, hide from wind. That's what they say. We're not in a flood zone. We never have been. We're not even required to get flood insurance here. Like, it's not. We have it because it's not expensive. It's super cheap here because we're not in a flood zone. So, like, yeah, please add that on just in case. You never know.
Okay, we gotta go get the girl. So we have all of our. Well, I'm waiting on the pharmacy to fill one of her prescriptions, and then I think all of the out of the house chores and things are done. Yeah. I'm so stressed. I told Ace I'm just stressed. Like, I can feel it in my shoulders. So it was funny because I know we talked earlier about my dad. He called to confirm everything's okay. I was like, I'm in good hands. You know this. My dad lived on the East Coast for a while, but like, he's lived in Seattle for over 30 years now. So hurricanes are not something he's used to either. And he really described it well. He said, when you're watching the news, you don't get to hear everything that obviously we're hearing. You know, sometimes I'm like, do these people not know what's going on? No, you don't. And it's not your fault. It's the media and how things are portrayed sometimes. You just don't know what you don't know. So, if you have any questions, please let us know. You know, ask your questions, because like, if y'all had an earthquake, I wouldn't know things about earthquakes. You know, we can all learn from each other. But let's go get the girl. We're gonna jam out, because that's always fun to do when you're stressed. Let me know what songs you like to jam out to. You want to know what mine are? Sugarland, Chris Stapleton, and then I have like a 90s mix hip hop. I'm so diverse in my music.
Go to a party.
Nobody knows me better. Said we never would. When a couple of guys say we're up to no good.
So that's already high tide. That's just with, I mean, I'm sure we're getting a little bit of increased water level, right? But, so that's like the creek, but that's their yard, their backyard, which this house always gets a ton of water. Yeah. Always.
But I'm like, it's already there.
It's already there with high tide. And that's a block and a half, 2 blocks from our house. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there is the possibility of having encroaching waters on the property. I'm actually draining the pool right now a little bit. The pool overflowing, I think people don't understand that. So the pool overflowing is not like It's not like leaving a sink on, you know, and it flowing into your house type of thing. The pool's only going to take as much water as the rain drops on it. It'd be no different than the ground becoming saturated. Like if there was no pool there and enough rain fell to then go higher than the ground, does that make sense?
No.
Okay. So the pool overflowing is no different than it just flooding.
Right. But that.
The pool water is going to stay in the pool. So people have said drain your pool. So actually, if you drain your pool, it will float. Because the water in the ground will saturate. You drain the pool will float out of the ground, crack all the concrete around it, destroy your pool. If you drain your pool.
That could happen, yes.
Yeah, it happens often when people drain their pools. Even like they'll be getting work done on their pool, they drain the pool, they get a heavy rain, the pool will float like a boat in the dirt. But I am letting some water out because that will allow, like if the water level gets high enough, the water will flow into the pool instead of into the patio. But you have to understand the volume of water that we're talking about here. If the water level is high enough that we have risk of it coming in the house, that means the whole neighborhood is that deep. The whole area is that deep. Our pool is not going to save us by collecting water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking 10,000 gallons of pool water versus 100 million gallons of flood water throughout the neighborhood. I don't know. I'm just making up numbers now, but
Our teacher said that she was a little.
a little spicy?
Yeah.
Were you
That's not what she
spicy?
said. She's like, I feel like the kids can tell.
Yeah, they know they're out of school.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pool overflowing. I don't know how to explain that.
I mean, I do think that, okay, so people's pools have overflowed into their houses.
No.
Yes.
The rain overflowed into their house.
Well, okay. But, I mean, it does happen. I know what people are talking about. Like, where everything comes up and goes into their homes.
But that's everything coming up. It has nothing to do with the pool.
Right.
If there was doesn't matter if there's a pool there or not, the same amount of rainfall is going to happen, the same amount of flooding is going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it just depends on the rain. Depends on the swell that we get. Depends on how high the river gets. Yeah. The rain's going to fall regardless. Doesn't matter what the surface it's falling on. When the pool does overflow, it just runs off. The pool deck is sloped away from the pool. That way you don't get rainwater in your pool all the time, which just makes sense. Yeah, it's sloped away, so it flows out of the yard. But currently, I'm pumping it out of the pool. Gosh, who are you, Abby? Shouldn't have to hug me. Look. Show them what. I said, can I have a hug? And she goes. First she goes. I'm like, you don't have to hug me. It's fine.
And then she goes.
Just say no. It's like she put a curse on me. Where's your hand? The other one. Why are you being weird about that? What? Come here. Scoot closer. Come here. Why are you being weird about that hand? Why are you being weird? No, we're not done. We're going to finish cutting your nails. Let me see your hand. The other one. This one. Let me see. What are you doing? What's wrong? Let me see your hand. We're just set to finish. You got a thumbnail hanging off. No. What did I do? What's wrong? Did I hurt it? Can I see it? Look, no, wait. Sit down. Let me see it real quick. No, your other hand. Ready? Look, ready? What are you doing? Your other hand. 10. What are you doing? Let me see your hand. Come on. Why are you being weird? We cut your nails all the time. We're so far past this. Your other hand. Thank you. Let me see. Here. You hold it. Hold it. Yeah. Sit down. Sit. Yeah, I haven't put them in the dryer yet. Let me see. What are you doing? No, hush, you just went to the bathroom. We're going to finish cutting your nails. They're too long. Your thumbnail is half cut. Look at it. Look, I'll put this down. Okay, let me see your hand. Look, see your thumbnail? It's half cut. See that? We gotta finish it. Okay. Here we go. Are you? Let me know when you're ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Come here. Other hand. You ready? Okay, here we go. Why are you freaking out? I don't understand. Sit back down. As soon as we finish this, then you'll be done. What's the deal? You're so good at doing nails. I don't get it. Did something freak you out? Like, this is the same spot we always do it. We got the trash can here like we always do. It's a thing. It's the same fingernail clippers that I always use. Yeah, it is. Can we finish your hand? Why are you freaking out? Do you need a break? Hold on. Sit down. No, sit down and talk. Sit down and talk. Do you need a break? You do? Show me a break. Okay, good job. Hold on. Let me see your thumb real quick. I'm putting this down. I just want to make sure that this nail... Okay, it's off. But look, we only did one hand. We did a whole hand, and then we didn't do this hand. We're going to take a little break, and then we'll do the rest. Is that a deal? Okay. I don't know what is going on. No, that's my book. Definitely can't have that. I don't know what freaked her out. Should we do nails all the time? Same spot, same nail clippers, same everything. I don't know. Maybe like when I clipped her thumbnail or something, like it hurt a little bit or something, but then her pain tolerance is like just ridiculous. Who knows? Your mama is built different, isn't she? Look at her. She's making Frito pies. How's that hurricane food?
You know.
Priscilla went shopping today.
Yeah.
And she got stuff like whole grain mustard, hurricane food.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to have peanut butter and jelly. We're going to have fancy sandwiches.
We also have peanut butter and jelly.
And we have peanut butter and jelly, so it's okay. But
it's like camping. Why do you have to...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. When we camp, it drives my dad crazy. Because he's like, oh, you're camping. Therefore, fancy dinner for camping is brats instead of hot dogs. Drives him crazy. Because we're like, no, we cook. We cook. We can do hibachi one night. We can do that. We got the Blackstone. Yeah. Do hibachi while camping. That's just what we do. We're going to have milk and cookies. We'll start our hurricane snacks before the hurricane gets here. Hurricane calories don't count. It's scientifically proven. It's actually negative calories.
Yeah, it's like celery.
So don't worry. Come on, kiddo. Look, don't get handsy. You have options. Okay? Which one do you want? You want Oreos? You want one of each? Okay, that's a good choice. Trying to talk Priscilla into watching a little less Weather Channel.
I went off for a few hours.
I know. But what did you switch to? The news?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a replacement.
No, it was just people talking in a round table, though, and I wasn't really paying attention.
Okay.
Yeah. I did good.
It's starting to stress her out a little bit. I think she's just consuming too much of it, and it's doom and gloom, I mean, you want to be aware, but at the same time, maybe just check in on the updates, See?
Look at all that.
I know, there's so much trash on the beach already. And it just stresses her out. She's struggling a little bit.
It's okay. I'll be fine.
I know you will. You're strong.
Well, the next update is at 2 a.m.
Just,
and
there's...
we have 5, and then 8, and then 11.
They called it unsurvivable swells.
Yeah.
On, in Tampa Bay. That's terrible,
Yeah.
Oh, Florida.
So I need to research, why did the barometric pressure go back up from 5 p.m. or from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m.? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm going to find out.
Abby did go to bed with one hand having fingernails clipped and the other one not. So she did the same thing with brushing her teeth. She was like, I think it's a mood thing more than anything. I was trying to figure it out. It's just a mood thing. She's just defiant, and she's having fun with it, It's kind of like, okay, so if a lot of your life was dictated and controlled, Like, it just has to be because of her disability. Like, we have to be, okay, this is all the things that step by step throughout your entire day. A lot of times it's required that we do that. Sometimes she has a free-for-all. Those are kind of crazy days, but, just to live life, everything has to be dictated. So then you seek sometimes more autonomy. You're just like, I'm tired of it. And I'm like, okay. All right. I mean, you got to brush your teeth before bed. There's no question on that one. But one hand with slightly longer fingernails, that's whatever. We'll get them tomorrow. At least she lets us cut her fingernails.
Yeah.
We started out wrapping a towel around her.
To do anything.
And like she sat in when she was tiny, and she'd sit in our lap. We'd wrap a towel around her so we could hold one hand so she wouldn't get all squirmy and try to get out so we could cut her nails for her. And now we're at the point where she'll stick her hand out and let us cut them. So, can't complain. Beggars can't be choosers. Are you worried about the hurricane too, Nala?
Yeah, she's being all feisty.
She is. All right, guys. Those of you guys, our fellow Floridians, just know we're thinking about you. 2 hurricanes in less than 2 weeks. Crazy. It's crazy. We're safe. Everything's fine. The weather's chill right now. Like, we're just getting a little bit of rain. Nothing's going to happen. It is currently... What day is this? Yeah, the rain is just the system out in front of the hurricane. What day is this? Tuesday? Tuesday. It is Tuesday. We're not supposed to get it until Thursday. Early. Like, middle of the night Thursday.
Well, I think it's supposed to start tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, there you go. So... got like 24 hours till we get anything from it. So, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.